Now, the final points I want to make before opening to your questions are really for the wider public. Firstly, I want to stress today that despite the pressures that I have been talking about today that people are experiencing, the NHS is there for those who need it. But it's also important to say that for many people, the best advice and support might be available on the NHS Inform website or the NHS 24 app, or by calling NHS 24. So I would encourage people to make use of these services, as many are already doing. Second, while it is without a shadow of doubt that it is the job of government to support the NHS to deliver care for all who need it, we learned, I think, during the COVID experience that all of us can play a part to help reduce pressure on the health service. I've already mentioned that COVID and flu are contributing significantly to current pressures. We can all help ourselves and also the NHS by taking reasonable precautions to reduce the risk of getting and spreading these viruses. Vaccination continues to be absolutely vital. So if you're eligible for a COVID or flu vaccine and haven't had it already, please do get vaccinated. And remember, if you're the parent or carer of a child who is eligible, please make sure they get vaccinated too. It's also worth remembering that many of the basic protections we stressed during the pandemic are still relevant now. Good hand hygiene, good ventilation, for example, and anyone with symptoms of a respiratory infection, a cold, flu or COVID, should try to stay at home if at all possible and avoid contact with others. And if you do need to leave home, wear a face covering which fits well. More generally, we continue to advise that those over the age of 12 should wear face coverings when on public transport or in public indoor spaces. That includes hospitals, GP surgeries and other healthcare facilities. By protecting our own health in these ways, we also do help to protect the NHS. Now, we anticipated and planned for this winter to be difficult, but even so, current pressures are exceptional and severe. So once again, my thanks go to the entire health and care workforce. And I can assure everyone that government is resolutely focused on supporting the NHS through these challenges. I chaired a meeting of our Cross-Government Resilience Committee on Friday. I will do so again this Friday and weekly for the foreseeable future. There are no easy solutions given the nature and scale of the challenges faced right now. But by enabling more people to get support and treatment out of hospital, by ensuring that care is in place for people able to leave hospital, we can make an impact in relieving some of the pressures our hospitals are facing. And we can ensure that as we move through winter and into spring, the NHS can continue its recovery from the pandemic and provide patients with the support and treatment they need. With those comments, we will now open up to questions. I'm going to take a question from